For you my body yearns. For you my soul thirsts. Roman in the temple is sacred.
How was work?
The same.
Selling wine. It's unworthy of you.
Unworthy. And what would be worthy of me, Mother? A carpenter? Tax collector? I get any man succeed while the Romans keep a yoke around our throats.
Judas, listen to me. You were born for greatness, like your father. The man was a visionary, a hero. Your time will come.
That's the rabbi. No.
And yesterday, in the very temple itself, I saw the high priest give a tribune a bag full of silver.
May I please just have my wine?
May you choke on it. Bastards.
Careful, Judas. That bastard's a close personal friend of the high priest Caiaphas.
I don't care.
Caiaphas has betrayed every single Jew in Judea by collaborating with the Roman bloodsuckers.
Caiaphas is under intense pressure these days.
What do you think?
You don't think he gave the silver willingly, do you?
Rumor is Pilate's planning to build an aqueduct, but he's afraid to ask the emperor for the funds. So he's pilfering the temple treasury.
We give that money most of us don't have, for the glory of our people, not for Pilate's pet projects. And since the day they arrived, they've done nothing but exploit us. We must retaliate.
Retaliate.
You know as well as I do that there are a growing number of secret societies, zealots who will fight for liberty, who yearn for the right leader. I say we get them to join as one, rise up and protest.
Against an entire cohort of seasoned soldiers. Don't be idiotic.
Are you afraid, Eliakim?
Not afraid. Practical. For 500 years, someone or other has conquered us. And every time we rise up, we get butchered. That's our heritage and our fate.
At least until the Messiah comes.
How many more generations do Jewish men have to suffer while we wait for the Messiah? How many more young lives have to be wasted? Grow old without ever knowing a hint of freedom?
Well, your wait may be over, Judas. I heard there's a fella preaching down by the Jordan River who people call the Baptist. He could be the Messiah.
Let's go see him.
I haven't got the time.
Or the interest. You're the one who's never satisfied.
You know, you're both like dogs. A Roman whistles, you roll over and play dead. Well, not me.
Where are you going?
To the Jordan River.
Get ready. Clear a path. Make the crooked road straight. For the new kingdom is coming. Salvation is within our reach. Oh, yes. I come to share the good news. Repent your sins, and you will be forgiven.
Are you the Messiah?
I'm not the Messiah. All I'm doing is preparing the way for his arrival. I baptize with water. Plain, ordinary water. But the one who's coming, he'll baptize with the Rocha. With fire. Yes. Fire. The chaff will burn in a flame that never goes out.
Where can I find him?
Be patient. He'll find you.
When?
Soon.
I need to find him now.
Do you know who I am?
You're the High Priest Caiaphas.
And I know who you are. Judas Iscariot, the agitator. Tiberius Caesar has granted special privileges to Judea. Unlike the rest of the empire, which is forced to offer sacrifices to Jupiter and the other gods, we are allowed to practice our religion freely and openly, with one caveat: no rebellion, no sedition, no public demonstrations. That is not to say that those of us in the Sanhedrin are happy with current events. Of course, we'd prefer the Romans vanquished and our full rights restored, but since any wise man can see that is not going to happen soon, we must protect those blessings we do have.
Being a slave by degree is still being a slave.
You make the same noises as your father. A brave but foolhardy man. I wonder how much you take after him.
Let's go.
Get out! This is my father's house! A holy place, not a haven for thieves! You bleed the poor! Lie to cheat them! Get out! All of you out!
I'm afraid it's not much of a meal. My mother's in Bether Bar visiting a sick friend.
Oh, thank you for your generosity. Blessed are you, I don't know. You live here with your mother?
Yes. My father died years ago, when I was a boy.
No brothers?
No brothers, no uncles, no cousins. I guess you could say I'm the end of the line. And you? Are you from Judea?
Originally, I was born in Bethlehem, but my family's from Nazareth in Galilee.
Nazareth? That's not much of a town. You know, I have to tell you, I was very impressed by what you did at the temple today.
Oh, don't be. I was trying to make a point. I lost my temper. You can't change a man's heart by yelling at him, by humiliating him, by taking away his livelihood.
Who cares about changing the hearts? The goal is to get rid of the bastards to restore our kingdom.
Yes, but in a perfect kingdom, there are no masters or slaves. We see God in everyone and we serve him there.
The entire Roman system of governing is based on domination. Pilate and his legions aren't just going to get up one morning and walk off. They must be forced out. We Jews must push them into the sea.
I'm sorry, I asked some friends to meet me here. Judas, this is Peter.
Hello.
And his brother Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
James and his brother John.
Oh, Rabbi.
Hey, John.
I'm afraid I don't have any more food, but I do have a little wine.
Oh, wine sounds good. No, actually, we're not staying, but thank you for the offer.
Well, how long will you be in the area?
Well, not too long, I hope. Other than the temple, I hate Jerusalem. It's crowded and filthy. The streets are lined with the hungry and the unhappy.
Well, if you're used to the calm countryside of Galilee, I can see how our hectic pace can be overwhelming.
Are you making fun of my brother, where we come from?
James.
I hate when city folk treat us like we're peasants.
We are peasants. You're welcome to join us.
Join you? Where are you going?
Where you need to be.
What?
Back to Galilee, where, as you said, life is calm.
I'll pass.
Well, thank you again.
Welcome. Goodbye.
Nice to meet you.
Take care.
Right, well, let's keep going. It's good to see you again.
Your Excellency, I think we should prepare for civil unrest because the people are desperately awaiting the arrival of the Messiah.
The Messiah? What in the name of sweet Minerva is a Messiah?
I've been reading some old documents which predict that a king will come to lead the Jews out of bondage.
Great. All I need is another rabble-rouser.
Maybe he's that fellow who's baptizing everyone.
Claudia, my love, would you get me a cup of wine?
Of course, Punches.
Gather up all the suspected agitators, jail them, interrogate them.
As you wish, Governor.
Here you are, my sweet.
This is the place, Commander.
Open this door! I command you in the name of the Emperor! Break it down.
You sure? Where are you going? Galilee. I hear it's coming there.
I'm looking for a man named Jesus.
The Nazarene.
You heard of him?
He's here in Capernaum, causing quite a stir. Yesterday, he cured Jeremiah of blindness.
Cured him? How?
He placed his fingers over Jeremiah's eyes, and he said, "You are healed." And Jeremiah could see. He was born blind, but suddenly he could see. And again, this morning, Jesus cured Didymus the leper. "You are whole in body and soul," he said. Within minutes, all the sores on Didymus had disappeared.
No, that's not possible.
If I hadn't seen for myself, I wouldn't believe it either.
You are the light of the world. People don't light a lamp and put it under a bowl. They put the lamp on a stand so that the light will reach every person in the house. You must let your light shine so that all men will see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven.
Excuse me. I have to get through. Jesus!
Judas!
No. The Judean.
Welcome.
Imagine you in lowly Galilee and covered in dirt.
I hear you've been doing incredible things. This is exactly what we need. If what they say is true, then the people will flock around you. They will claim you king. And together, we can overthrow the Romans. We'll be free. Show me your magic.
There is no magic. God is in me. God works through me.
Okay. Well, let's see. Make fire appear. Poof. I'm not being funny.
You've been searching your whole life for someone to believe in. Someone who believes in you. I am that someone. Follow me, and the misery that you have known will be replaced by something far greater. It'll be as if you've been reborn. Have faith in the power of God, and you will sit by my side in the new kingdom for all eternity. Join me. Trust me. What's happening?
Grab him! Grab him! Oh. The room was so crowded that I couldn't get inside. I figured this was the quickest way to reach you. Heal me.
Your sins are forgiven. In the name of my Father, I say get up. Walk.
Thank you.
I want you to spend eternity with me, with my Father. What do you say? It's not too late. It's never too late.
I do trust you. Your son is an extraordinary man.
Yes, I know. Even as a child, he was extraordinary.
Together, he and I could do great things for our nation.
But?
Jesus is constantly invoking the name of his father as if the man's still alive. But your husband Joseph is long dead, right?
Yes. God rest the good man's soul.
As Jesus grows in popularity, his enemies will do everything to discredit him if there's any question about his past, his paternity. It's important for me to know now.
Yes. When I was 16, a heavenly being appeared before me. He said, "You have found favor with God. You will give birth to a son, and his name will be Jesus. And God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over the house of Jacob forever. His kingdom will never end." And then the Spirit of the Lord overshadowed me, and I was with child.
I see.
Do you? Do you, Judas?
Mother, I've just heard some terrible news. Cousin John's been arrested.
Oh, no. When? Where?
I don't know. I don't have any details, but I'll go to the garrison, try and find out.
I'll go with you.
No, stay here. Serve the others. And say nothing of John until I get back.
Traveling all over Galilee, Judea, Perea, meals, lodging will be expensive, especially because of the taxes.
No. The Romans take and take and take.
And give nothing in return.
You were saying, Judas, about the costs.
I just wonder how we're going to raise money for all these trips, Andrew.
And you think we should
charge for miracles?
Charge what, Judas? 10 denarii for a cripple? 100 for a mute? A silver talent to bring the dead to life?
No, John, we ask those that we help to pay what they can afford.
Jesus will never go along with that.
Well, if we all approach him together, maybe we can persuade him.
Judas, we're here to learn from him, not manipulate him.
I'll never try and manipulate him.
What have you found out?
John is accused of treason. He's in the dungeon at Herod's palace at Machaerus.
No.
I'm sorry. Mother.
No.
Come inside. Come lie down.
No.
You know, John, I don't trust Judas. For all we know, he could be a spy.
A spy? For who?
Pilate? Herod?
Judas has a dark soul, I grant you. But, James, he hates the Romans too much to conspire with them.
I think his feelings are genuine.
Andrew, it's his feelings which could be the undoing of us all.
I say we talk to Jesus, have him send Judas away.
Agreed.
No. If Jesus asked him to join us, and who are we to say whether he stays or goes?
You regret those words, Peter, when Judas stabs you in the back.
I've been thinking. We need to get a rabbi to verify the healings according to the laws of Moses.
That's a good idea.
Then we should head back to Jerusalem.
So soon?
The sooner we get there, the people see you perform miracles, hear your words, the sooner they'll rally around our cause.
I don't know. I think we should be cautious.
Caution's not one of my virtues.
Yeah, I've noticed. What are your virtues?
Well, I'm intelligent, practical, thrifty.
Modest. Here. I'm no good with money. Whatever I have, I tend to lose.
Speaking of income.
No.
How can you say no before you've heard what I was going to say?
I won't charge for cures.
Then how will we live?
Well, God takes care of the lilies of the field and the birds in the sky. He'll do the same for us through the generosity of strangers.
King should not be taking handouts like a beggar.
Well, what do you suggest?
We could send the others back to sea, sell whatever fish they catch.
No.
We could open up a tavern. Or we could become bandits.
Bandits?
Your money or your life.
Bandits? I really like you, Judas.
Not many do. I know that I can be irritating.
Like a pearl in an oyster. I wish you could see in yourself what I see. Wish you'd love yourself the way I do.
I'm losing patience, Flavius. You said the Baptist was the Messiah. Now you say he's not.
The talk now is about his kinsman, Jesus. They say he's curing the sick, walking on water, and raising the dead.
Raising the dead. Great. All I need are dead Jews strutting around.
Governor, look who's here.
Highness.
Your Excellency, I was in the vicinity, thought I'd pay a call on you and your delectable wife.
Yeah. Just in time for lunch.
Ah.
You know my Tribune, Flavius.
Of course. Hail, Caesar.
King Herod.
You seated? We were just discussing the Baptist.
Ah, what a pain in the arse. I have him shackled to a wall in the deepest sector of my darkest dungeon, and still he's causing trouble. Now he's saying that I shouldn't have married my sister-in-law.
Because you stole her from your brother. Outrageous.
Execute him.
We Jews are not as quick to kill as you Romans.
Which is why you were so easily conquered.
King Herod, what have your informants discovered about this Jesus the Nazarene?
Another fringe demagogue who'll end up howling at the moon.
I hear that he's very handsome.
Strange, our spies inform us that Jesus is gaining momentum every day, and that the miracles he performs are real.
You know, the best thing about this fellow bringing people back from the dead is that we get to tax them all over again.
Hadn't thought of that.
How about you?
According to the records, you're 3 denarii short.
That's all the money I have.
Look, Amos, everyone's got the same excuse. Now, you don't pay your taxes.
Can't pay.
You'll end up in jail. And at your age, jail means death.
Hand me 3 denarii.
We only have 10 left.
I don't care.
Look, you put me in charge of the finances.
Give Caesar what is due Caesar. Give God what is due God.
Oh, you saved me.
What's your name?
Matthew, son of Levi.
Are you happy, Matthew?
I have everything I could possibly want.
Having doesn't necessarily mean happiness. You could own every piece of land from here to Gaul. And what good would it do you if in exchange you'd sold your soul? Join me.
Matthew, where are you going? I don't know.
What?
Love your enemies. Do good to those that hate you. Bless those that curse you. Pray for those that spite you. When a man hits you on the cheek, offer him your other cheek as well. When a man steals your coat, offer him your shirt too. Treat others as you would have them treat you.
Welcome, Master.
Only then can you be the children of your eternal Father, who makes the sun rise on the good and bad alike, who pours down the rain on the honest man and the liar.
We can't overthrow the Romans by turning the other cheek. They'll cut off our heads.
Then we will all die, happily, and meet again in heaven.
So your solution to the problem is for every Jew to be slaughtered, only then will we get what is rightfully ours?
What is rightfully ours is the unconditional love of God. As his sons and daughters, the joy of knowing that, the peace that that love brings.
I don't see. I'm sorry, I hear your words, but I don't believe them.
That's because you've kept a small part of your heart hidden from me.
Soldiers.
You're Jesus of Nazareth, yes?
I am.
We've done nothing wrong.
Easy, be quiet. My boy had a riding accident yesterday. He's paralyzed from the neck down. In massive, unrelenting pain. The physician says there is nothing he can do.
I'll come with you.
No. My house, for all its splendor, is not worthy of you. As a commander, when I order a soldier to attention, he snaps to attention. When I order a soldier into battle, he raises his sword. Give the word, and my boy will stop suffering.
I will tell you this. Nowhere, not even among the chosen few, have I found such faith. Go home. Your son will be standing in the doorway when you arrive. He will walk to greet you.
You say I kept a part of my heart hidden from you. Well, this is why. How could you help that Roman beast?
How could I not?
Listen to me. There are men in Jerusalem. Men who are ready to give their lives, to die for freedom, if the right leader comes along. But I'm telling you now, they will not understand your subtleties. We have to hit the Romans hard.
You have to believe me, Judas. That is not the way we're going to win.
Then how? You don't even have a strategy.
I do. My father's fully revealed all that he expects of me.
Which is?
You're not ready to handle the details. I'm sorry, none of you are. Not yet.
Remember, while you love our enemies, your cousin John rots away in one of the prisons. I'm leaving. Unless you start doing what I say.
Judas, I can't. My father...
I don't want to hear any more about your father. He's as dead as mine.
Judas, wait.
Oh, Judas! Oh, thank God you're safe. Oh, when I got back from Bethabara, the front door was kicked in. Oh, I thought the soldiers had taken you.
I escaped.
Oh.
I went in search of the Messiah.
Did you find him?
No.
Didn't I tell you to behave yourself?
What do you want of me, high priest?
You've been following this Galilean Jesus around.
How do you know that?
Eliakim, you betrayed me.
One man's betrayal is another man's salvation. I serve the greater good.
Here's the situation. I let you go free. You return to Galilee.
I won't spy for you.
Judas. Judas, your mind is so small. I don't want you to spy. Frankly, I don't believe you'd be very adept at it anyway. No. I want you to tell your friend the Sanhedrin is not opposed to what he's doing. Oh, yes, some of his statements are troubling, but eventually we can iron out the differences in our positions. It's a matter of semantics, really. At present, we can't endorse him publicly, but if he tones down the rhetoric and keeps performing these miracles, when the moment arrives, we'll support his claim to the throne.
You'll declare him king?
However, if he decides to continue attacking traditional values, well, he'll end up like his cousin.
John. What happened to John?
He's dead. Beheaded. We just received word. Herod served up the Baptist's head on a silver platter to the Princess Salome.
I loved John. Loved his voice. Why it would shatter the stillness. Such a joyful noise.
You freed many men from the graves. Do the same for John. Why not?
Because this is what my father wants. And I won't change his plan.
John's death is a warning. Unless we strike fast, we will be executed. You must show Herod, the Pharisees, the Romans, the people themselves, just how powerful you really are.
By doing what?
By giving all 12 of us the powers you possess. If ordinary men see that it's possible for each and every one of them to share your glory, they will raise you up in the name of the Most High.
I give you God's gift. From now on, you two can heal, raise the dead, cast out devils. I want you to travel among the common folk, announcing this message. The kingdom of God is now. Proclaiming the kingdom, embracing the kingdom, collaborating with God, and building the kingdom. This is your goal. When you get to a village, find a good-hearted person and stay overnight with them. Because to welcome you is to welcome me. And to welcome me is to welcome the one who sent me. But if no one offers you shelter, then as you leave, shake the dust of the town off your feet. For the day will come when that town will suffer worse than Sodom itself.
Finally, Jesus is ready to wage war, to exterminate the Romans and all their collaborators.
Is that what he was saying?
Yes. He sent us out 2 by 2 to raise a great army in his name.
Oh. I have to admit, sometimes his words do go over my head. I'm glad he paired us up, though. I wouldn't want to go it alone. I mean, do you really think we can perform miracles?
We're about to find out. The new king will bestow upon those who join us great wealth, great prosperity. But those fools who do not join our crusade, there will be retribution. What? Are you a coward? Are you afraid to die for your nation? Well, even if you're killed in battle, Jesus will bring you back to life. We can bring you back to life.
My wife passed away yesterday. Revive her, and my entire household will be yours.
Bring me to the woman.
realize if we don't succeed, we'll be stoned to death.
I can do this, Andrew. Watch.
Maybe you need to keep your hands on a bit longer. Oh, God. Oh, what is worse than the smell of a decaying body? I remember once in Hippos there was a man named...
I'm concentrating.
Get up, lady. I wonder if there's a bat tunnel.
I got us into this. I can get us out.
How?
By telling them that we need to stay with the body on them.
What?
Yeah, they'll go home. And when they're gone, we'll sneak out of town.
Good idea.
Stay.
Alone? With her? What's the matter?
Nothing. Nothing. Some miracles take longer than others. I need to ask a few questions about your wife. How did she die? Was she ill for a long time?
Rachel!
I just tried to open myself up to God. I told him he'd better get busy, we'd be in big trouble. And then I remembered. Jesus taught us a prayer. I said the words, and suddenly I was filled with his spirit. It was like he was standing in the tomb with me. I just touched the woman, and she...
Tell me the words.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Yes.
Well done.
Where's your wife? I was hoping to get to see her.
At the bazaar. The latest scarves have arrived from Persia. I called you here to discuss this Jesus. His disciples are gathering followers. I don't like it. Who is he?
Some say he's John the Baptist.
Herod decapitated the Baptist. Or did he bring himself back to life again?
No, my point is, there's all kinds of conjecture. Others say he's Elijah, or one of the prophets.
What do you say, Caiaphas?
Cults are like a bonfire. They blaze brightly and quickly burn out.
I know about cults. I've studied them all. But if you met this man, talked with him for 5 minutes, you'd see he's different.
Flavius has become infatuated with the Nazarene.
Has he made you a convert?
No, of course not. I'm first and foremost a servant of my emperor. But Jesus, he helped my son. I don't know, he's inspiring.
I think I know a tribune who may be in need of a transfer.
Don't blame Flavius, Your Excellency. I hear that Jesus is quite captivating. I look forward to meeting the young fellow.
There you are. We've been looking everywhere.
Jesus, wait till you see what we've got outside.
Sorry, are we disturbing you?
No, not at all. It's great to have you back. Oh, the trip was extraordinary.
Before you talk, I want to introduce you to someone. This is Mary. She's from Magdala. This is Andrew and Judas.
Hello.
Jesus has told me a lot about both of you.
Good. The response to our mission is better than anything I could have dreamed. 1,000 men have followed us.
Another 1,000 came with Matthew and John. 1,000 more came with Peter and James. 1,000 more can come.
Mary, come see.
Jesus!
Blessed are the poor, for you will receive the richness of God. Blessed are those who hunger for what is right, for you will feast. Blessed are the sad, for you will laugh. Blessed are those whom men hate because of me. Rejoice in that day. For when you get to heaven, God's love will be endless.
The question is, how are we going to arm 5,000 men? That many weapons would cost plenty.
Judas, are you blind? Today when Jesus finished his sermon, he told us to feed everyone. But all we had were 5 loaves of bread and 2 lousy fish. He took the food, looked to the sky, and in an instant there was enough to feed every single man, woman, and child. If he wants us to have swords, we'll have swords.
Are you men helpless? You almost let the fire go out.
This woman, you know what the townspeople say? She's possessed by demons.
Well, she was. I cured her.
Well, even so, she's bad for us. She's bad for the cause. The Pharisees are already convinced we comport with prostitutes and concubines.
Let them think what they want.
We need the Pharisees.
Do we?
They're essential. If we show up at Jerusalem at 5,000 or 6,000 strong, Caiaphas will support us. The Pharisees will declare you king.
I don't need those old men to validate who I am.
You can't fight the Romans in the Sanhedrin. That's suicide.
What's that? A knife. What do you intend to do with this?
Whatever needs to be done.
Judas, in all this time, you've learned nothing.
It's not me. Just learn nothing.
Who am I?
You are the Messiah, Son of the living God.
Peter, child of Jonah, your faith is like a rock, and on that rock I will build my church. The fury of hell will melt before its power. I will give you the keys to my kingdom. Whatever you decree on earth, whatever you forbid or allow, will be the same in heaven.
Peter, congratulations on your elevation.
Thank you.
You must be overwhelmed by the responsibility he's put on you.
Yes. Yes, I am. Though I'm surprised he didn't pick you.
I'm not very well liked by the others. And I'm in charge of the money. Jesus didn't want to give any one of us too much power. And he's teaching me a valuable lesson in humility.
You've talked this through, then?
No. But I know his mind. Look, I'm here to tell you that I'm behind you. Whatever you need.
Thanks again.
Have you noticed a change in Jesus lately?
A change?
Ever since John's execution, he's spending most of his time by himself.
Pray.
No. He's grown more and more melancholy. And the brain laden with melancholy can't make clear decisions. We now have the men we need to obliterate the Romans, yet we sit on our hands and do nothing. How long till the 5,000 grow restless and wander away?
What can I do?
You're second in command. He looks to you for advice and counsel. Don't be afraid to speak your mind when what he says is wrong.
I will tell you now what my father has revealed about our future. First, we must send the 5,000 back to their homes.
What?
These good people have heard what they needed to hear, at least for now. To keep them any longer would only bring hardship and misery.
Jesus,
Let me finish. Within the year, we will go to Jerusalem. We will enter the city triumphantly. But the scribes and the Pharisees, In fact, all of the elders, priests, and doctors of the law will reject the word we bring. I will then be arrested, tortured, and put to death.
No. May I speak? May I speak?
Yes?
I too have been concerned about what might happen when we reach Jerusalem. About security.
I want you to know, if attacked, we will protect you. I purchased these. We will defend you with our lives. We will massacre your enemies.
Be silent, Satan! You think as men think, not as God does. None of you understands. Not one of you.
So that's God's big plan. You're executed and Peter becomes king.
Only through my dying and my return will those that believe be saved.
Another riddle, another turn of phrase. With you, it's all parables and bizarre remarks. Can't you ever just speak clearly? Say what the hell you mean?
All right, Judas. I'm afraid. Afraid of what's to come. Afraid to die.
Then why go through with it?
Because this is my Father's will. And therefore it's mine. He won't let it end with my death. He will raise me up again.
And if he doesn't, what good will you have done anyone?
This is your chance. Run.
No.
Why not?
I don't know. All I see coming is doom. Yeah. I'm drawn to you like a thirsty horse to a riverbed.
Keep me safe, O God, in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord, you are my only God. Keep me safe, O God, in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord, you are my only God. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord, you are my only God.
Jesus of Nazareth, come forward! You, Sir Isaac, stand here. Jesus, today is the Sabbath. Does Almighty God allow you to heal on the holy day?
If you had a lamb and it fell into a ditch on the Sabbath, would you lift the animal out or would you allow it to die? Well, a man is worth more in God's eyes than a lamb, so yes, you can do a good deed today without offending the Father.
Then cure Isaac.
Don't. It's a trap.
What do you say about that, Caiaphas? Isaac is whole again.
Yes. I have seen many healers in my time. I don't deny that such events are possible. But that does not change the fact that Jesus broke the fourth commandment, set down by Moses himself. Keep holy the Sabbath.
The Sabbath was made for man's sake, not man for the Sabbath. Therefore, the Son of Man rules over the Sabbath.
I'm looking for Jesus, the Nazarene.
I'm Jesus.
I bring you a message from Bethany, from your friends Mary and Martha. Lazarus is dying.
Lazarus has already died. I'm glad I wasn't there when the soul left his body, but I long to be with him now. We're heading back to Judea.
Go to Judea, and Caiaphas will set the people against you. Return and will be crucified.
If you're afraid, Judas, then stay here.
I am afraid. But not for me. For you.
If you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could move a mountain. You say that you have faith in the kingdom to come, but I say that your rage against the Romans is a mask to hide the hurt, the emptiness that dwells inside your heart.
That's not true. Don't leave me.
It's you who've left me.
I thought I was special to you.
Everyone is special to me.
If everyone's special, then we're all the same.
Yes! Yes!
Damn you, Jesus. Damn us both.
Let us just...
It's all right. Remove the stone. Lazarus, come out.
Mary! I'm fine. Don't cry. Thank you, Jesus.
Great, great. The Emperor is furious with me. He says I'm ineffective controlling the rebels in our midst. Caesar says if he hears any more reports of trouble, he will transfer me to Albania. Where is Jesus these days?
He's left Bethany, headed for Ephraim, sir.
Good. Perhaps he won't come into Jerusalem for Passover after all.
Even so, I think we ought to have a contingency plan.
How many soldiers do we have ready to quell a riot?
400, sir.
400. That's all.
And my officers have been here 3 years past their maximum tour of duty. I suggest, with respect, that we send word to the legate in Syria.
No.
Ask if he can spare a century just for a week.
I will not go begging to Vitellius, that arrogant equestrian. He would love to expand his domain south. Besides, to do the job right, we would need at least another full cohort.
If the Jews see any new troop movements, they may think twice.
I was not born to high rank. You know that. I had to struggle, and I will not lose everything that I have fought so hard for because of this stupid Nazarene. How many days till the Passover?
6.
Well, let's just hope Jesus has sense enough to stay out of town.
Flavius, we are occupied.
I apologize, Your Excellency. I have urgent news. Jesus has entered the city.
What?
Followed by a great multitude.
Send out the guard. Arrest him.
No, Pontius.
Claudia, stay out of this.
Of course, my love. I know my place. But sending troops to crush Jesus will only stir up more bad blood. I think you need to fix it so that the Jews themselves are held responsible.
That is a good idea. How?
I'd provoke Caiaphas. Tell him Rome needs a scapegoat. And you've decided that he's the perfect fit.
Yes. Flavius, prepare a message for the old fellow.
That Roman snake. He's looking to lay the blame off on us. Well, I can play that game better than he. Eliakim, seek out your old friend Judas. I need to know every step Jesus plans to make from sundown to the end of Passover.
Oh, thank you. Judas, it's so good to have you home. You know, the neighbors are gossiping about your friend, Jesus. So, when can I meet him? You could invite him for Passover. Thank you.
I'm tired. It's been a long journey.
Yes, I'm exhausted myself.